The handstand push-up is an impressive skill in itself and provides a foundation for more advanced movements such as the 90-degree push-up. In this video, I'll be discussing handstand push-up technique and showing some progressions that can help you unlock it. Unlike many other calisthenic skills, the handstand push-up requires considerable balance in addition to strength. Regardless of how strong you are, if you can't balance a handstand, you won't be able to do a freestanding handstand push-up. Likewise, no matter how good your handstand is, if you don't possess the strength to press your body, you won't be able to do a freestanding rep. For these reasons, it's important both the balance and raw strength components are addressed. The handstand push-up can be done with the elbows in, flaring out, or anywhere between. With the elbows fully flared out, the body will remain vertical. The more you keep the elbows in, the further forward the head must travel, and the more the body must angle to balance. As you can see here, with the elbows in, my body angles about 30 degrees. Although the elbows out technique is not wrong, I encourage you to perform most of your training with the elbows in or in a plane of motion close to this. That's because it will build strength more transferable to planche push-ups, as well as handstand push-up progressions like the 90-degree push-up. Personally, I do most of my training with the elbows in, and when going for max weighted handstand push-ups or as many reps as possible, I allow more flair to use the plane of motion that feels strongest. To reduce stress on the wrists and improve efficiency, try to use a stance width so your forearms are roughly vertical at the bottom of the movement. This means placing the hands shoulder width apart when keeping the elbows in and using wider positions when you flare the elbows. Throughout the handstand push-up, the body should maintain a rigid straight line. Try to keep a posterior pelvic tilt to minimize arching of the back. For a strong aesthetic, keep the chest hollowed throughout the movement and push tall in the handstand at the top. The neck should be extended slightly to allow you to focus on the floor beneath your eyes. Common errors include arching the back or cutting the range of motion short. Keep the correct technique in mind when performing related exercises. The following options can help you unlock the handstand push-up. This exercise mimics the motor pattern of the handstand push-up, but lifting only a portion of your body weight. Start in a push-up position and walk your hands and feet closer together. The closer your hands and feet, the more difficult the exercise will be. Control the descent as you bring your head to the floor in front of your hands, then reverse the motion to return to the starting position. Try to keep your forearms vertical throughout the movement. A common mistake is to angle the forearms back. To progress the difficulty, you can bring the hands and feet closer together, elevate the feet so they're above the hands, or do these through a larger range of motion. For a more detailed overview of this exercise, you can watch my dedicated video about pike push-ups. Wall handstand push-ups require the same degree of strength as freestanding reps, but without the challenge of balancing. In the back-to-wall handstand push-up, the body remains vertical, and this mimics a freestanding rep with the elbows out. In the chest-to-wall handstand push-up, the body angles, and this uses more of an elbows-in pattern. Generally, back-to-wall reps are easier, and most people unlock these first. To do the back-to-wall handstand push-up, kick into a handstand with the fingers close to the wall and the hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Then perform push-ups while trying to keep the back as straight as possible. To do the chest-to-wall handstand push-up, start supporting yourself about 4 arms distance from the wall and angle the body with the head moving forward. With regards to hand placement, use the distance so your forearms are vertical in the bottom position. Wall reps can be done with your feet sliding or walking the feet up and down. With both options, try to keep your body as straight as possible throughout the movement. If you're struggling to progress from pike push-ups to wall handstand push-ups, you can start with partial reps and over time increase the range of motion. Negatives integrate strength and balance, helping develop both of these attributes. Kick into a handstand and control the descent against gravity at an even pace. Try to make each rep last at least 5 seconds and hold the bottom position momentarily before exiting. If you're comfortable with negatives but still can't do the concentric phase, you can practice this specifically with assistance from the legs. Start in a pike push-up and extend the hips as you reach the bottom. Use this momentum to help push you to the handstand. Before trying this, you should be confident floating the feet at the bottom of a pike push-up and also extending the hips with the arms bent. Upon pressing to the handstand, you can exit to your feet or include a negative before doing the next rep. If you're proficient with the headstand, you can achieve a similar thing by starting there and kicking with the legs to help you up. For best results, your program should address your individual limitations. If you have good balance but need more brute strength, pike push-ups and wall reps are great exercises to focus on. If you have great strength but difficulty maintaining balance, freestanding exercises such as negatives will provide the most benefit. Improving your static handstand can also go a long way. When you're comfortable with handstand push-ups on the floor, you can increase the challenge by using a greater range of motion, adding weight with a vest, or progressing to harder variations such as the 90-degree push-up. For related training programs, check out my tiered handstand push-up options in the Base Blocks app.